Out on Captiva this morning. It's low tide. I've been out here for about an hour. There's tons of shellers out here this morning. You can see people way out there because it's low tide. I've been finding lots of fighting conchs. I didn't want to film until now because it was kind of dark. But this is really fun shelling today. You gotta really hunt for things. So let's see what we find. I've switched over to the Sanibel side because the tide is coming in. Lots of shells. Welcome to day 3, Sanibel shelling, the little shell and tell. Today I went to blind past Captiva side and a little bit on the Sanibel side. It was low tide, it was a full moon. Well, last night was a full moon. And I went right at sunrise, which is when the low tide was, at 6:30 in the morning. There was a bunch of people out there. It was really fun because everybody was wading out in the water. And what a haul we found today. I tell you what, I'm going to start at the bottom. Look at all these shells here. Ooh, look at those shells. So lots to show you today. Of course, I found some sea glass because I always do. And here's a nice little shark eye. And next to that is a little drill. Here's a beautiful painted tulip. I found this out in the water. And I was so glad that it was not alive because I was going to be sad if it was. Here is a apple murex. Look at all of these serifs. There were thousands and thousands and thousands of serifs out there. I could have filled a whole bag full, but I didn't want to be too greedy. So I just grabbed a little handful of those. This guy right here, I'm gonna put the name on the screen because I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think that's what that is. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not even gonna try. Right here are some chestnut turbans. This is a broken king's crown. All I've found this time are these broken king's crowns, but I love these shells, and hopefully by the time I leave I'll find one that isn't broken. Here is, I had to look this up yesterday. I haven't been able to find this guy, but I'm gonna tell you what it is once I find it. Here's kind of a rough shape cone here, but I love cones, so it doesn't matter. And look at this, guys. This is a piece of a Junonia. I've never found a whole Junonia, but maybe this time in Florida will be my time to find one. Here is a painted egg cockle right here. Look at the size of this olive. It's not in the best shape, but I just wanted to show you how big this thing was. It was crazy. And then two more sort of normal sized olives. I love it when they're really shiny like this. Look at all of these orange scallops that I found. I just have to pick those up when I see them. I just love them. This, I forget the name of that little guy too. I'm gonna put him on the screen. Here's some broad-ribbed garditas and a couple of turkey wings. And again, look at all of these scallops. Found so many of those. Right here are some lightning whelks and some spiny jewel boxes. This shell here is a, I don't know how to say it, if it's K-hog or Quahog or I don't know. I'll put the name on the screen and you can tell me how to pronounce it. I'm really sorry. I'm killing these names today. Here is a cockle shell and some more calico clams. And here is a frond oyster. I found one of these in the Keys, and that was the first time I had ever found one, and here I found another one. So right here, you know I love my operculums, so this is a medium-sized, I mean it's still pretty big. This is going to go to a big shell, probably again a lightning whelk or a horse conch. I'm guessing probably a horse conch. And it was quite the day for the Fighting Conchs. Look at all these Fighting Conchs I found. People were pulling out bags and bags of Fighting Conchs. I don't normally take them, but I really do like to find them. And the ones that aren't perfect, I'll just return to the beach and somebody else can take them home if they like. I always return my shells that I'm not taking back to the beach. And then just a few little worm snails here. So I hope that you enjoyed this little tour, this little shell and tell. And I'm back to the beach tomorrow at low tide, and I'm gonna wade as far out as I can. And I'll take you along and we'll see what we can find tomorrow. Thanks for watching. In my last video, which I will link right here, I said that I couldn't find the footage for my wrap-up, and it was my video on Middle Beach or the Tarpon Bay Road entrance on Sanibel. Well, I found the footage, and so I figured rather than wasting it, I would tuck it at the end of this video. So if you watched the last video, or click off this one and go watch it, and then you can come back and you can see the actual wrap-up from that video. So here it is. Day 2 of shelling on Sanibel. Here's a little shell and tell. I went to Middle Beach on this particular day. And when I say Middle Beach, I'm referring to the area by Tarpon Bay Road, which kind of cuts in the middle of the island. So I call that Middle Beach just because it's kind of halfway between the lighthouse and Captiva. So over here are all the different jingles, white ones and orange ones and gray and black ones. I just love these. They're, if you don't know what a jingle is, they're almost translucent. And they're all shaped a little bit differently, but I just think that they're really cool. They're sturdier than they look, but they will break pretty easily. Over here is a double Dulcinea. I really like Dulcineas. I think they're a really pretty shell. These are a buttercup leucine. I love the, I mean, here's the top of it, but I love the underside because it's a bright yellow. Here is a little yellow cockle. I think there might be a name for the ones that are sort of yellow on the inside. I'll look that up. And here's a ribbed cardita and some calico clams. I love those as well. I love scallops. I can't get enough of those. I was gonna try to get these wet to bring out some of the color in the scallops. Probably should have done that ahead of time, but I just love all the different colors of the scallops. And on this particular occasion, I did pick up just some plain white ones. I love the plain white ones. They're just really sweet and simple. I like those. This, I found this, I have to look this one up. I'll put it on the screen when I find out what it is. I'm not exactly sure what this guy is, but I wanted to tell you what it was, and I forgot to look it up before I got on camera here. There's a sweet little olive, and some serifs and augurs, and then some spiny jewel box over here. I'll grab my little pointer. Some spiny jewel box. I really like those. A couple of cute juvenile Fighting Conchs. And then this right here, if you can see it very well, is a limpet. Keyhole limpet, I think. You can see the little keyhole in the top. And then the last thing here to show you today is this guy right here. And I always talk about the operculums. Well, look at the size of this operculum. This operculum is probably from a horse conch, a very large horse conch, but I thought that was cool to find. I probably won't keep this guy, but I just wanted to show you what an enormous operculum. So this must have come from a really huge shell. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little show and tell. And I hope to hit the beach again tomorrow, so we'll have more treasures to show.